Multiple farms in Texas just shut down overnight. This is happening across the entire nation.
These people voted for, and I wonder what happened to all their employees. $11 per hour. And a farm in Louisiana has contracted a staffing agency group to help them find employees, to pick blueberries on their farm. I wonder who these people voted for, and I wonder what happened to all their employees. But let's look at the criteria, the requirements for this employment. So this is a 3-month contract from May to July. You will be working 7 days a week. So you will work every day for 3 months. You will work 9 to 10 hours a day for $11 per hour. And I looked at this little small town city in Louisiana, and it's in the 80s. So for 3 months straight, you're gonna be working 7 days a week. You're gonna work every day for 10 hours a day for $11 per hour. I see why they needed a staffing agency. We already know that this is a state, a town that went red, that voted for Trump. And now they don't have any employees. And I'm almost positive most of their employees were probably immigrants, some undocumented, some documented. And I hope the ones that do have their papers, that do have their citizenship or whatever, I hope that they don't work anymore. I hope that they quit. Make these farmers pick their own damn blueberries, okay? Because this requirement, to work here is actually crazy. It's actually crazy, and nobody should have to work 7 days per week in 90-degree weather every freaking day for $11. That's crazy. Pick your own damn blueberries. This is what y'all get. You're in your F around and find out season, and you want to know what's gonna happen? What I believe is gonna happen? Slave labor is gonna be prison labor. Pretty soon these farmers are gonna start making deals with prisons and stuff like that, and they're gonna have those prisoners out there picking strawberries and blueberries. Watch, that's what's gonna happen.
Welcome back where the truth don't get sugarcoated. It's your girl, Tiffany Rose, and whoop, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get to it.
Look, here comes the consequences of my actions chasing me right now. I don't want no consequence. I don't want no consequences chasing me right now.
So a lot of people may have missed it, but have y'all seen this? So first, let me describe what you're seeing. What you are seeing is a protest by Maine farmers. These are people, by and large, who voted for and supported Donald Trump. While Kamala won the state of Maine, and she won it by not the margins that you would typically see when there was a clear difference between what Donald Trump was saying and what Kamala was saying. He won, Donald Trump won this specific district where there is a significant population of rural voters and farmers. So this is how the news in Maine explained this situation.
The Department of Agriculture has angered those who work on small farms across the state.
Political reporter Kate McCusker heard from Maine's farmers who gathered to protest in Augusta today.
With some arriving on tractors and one even carrying a bucket of manure, today Maine farmers gathering to protest recent cuts by the Trump administration. Several farmers from across the state spoke out against recent cuts by the U.S. Department of Agriculture to school lunch programs and food banks. They say federal funding is crucial for small farmers to sustain their business. Some say they've already invested money that the federal government had promised to reimburse them for, or have signed contracts to support them. And overall, they say the uncertainty and confusion is hurting the industry.
This is not a partisan issue for me. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm a Mainer who thinks we need farms and farmers to feed people in our state.
So Maine farmers, help me to do the math here. 1 + 1 = 2. The sky is what color? Blue. If someone tells you who they are, it's best you believe them. Donald Trump said that these were the things that he was going to do, and he did them. He talked about tariffs, and he talked about cutting the Department of Agriculture. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. This is your around and find out moment. Just enjoy it. Take it like a man or woman. You voted for this. This is exactly what you deserve.
Y'all, I have some mixed feelings about these farmers that are getting screwed over by these tariffs. There's part of me that wants to laugh in their faces and say, congratulations, you got exactly what you voted for, bro. And then there's another side of me that understands that these people are just too simple and don't really understand what they did.
You don't want to hear the price I'm about to give you. I said, well, give it to me anyways. He said, each of those steaks now is going to be $1.74 a piece. I said, well,
double the price.
We can't do that. And that's going to be impossible. So that's just to let you know a little bit of what we're going through out here on our farm and what farmers in general are going through. These tariffs, not the best thing for our country.
And you know who's being hurt the most by millions of people pouring into our country? The black population.
You want to talk about the real MAGA effect? Let's be honest. It's hitting hard on farmers right now. See, that whole crackdown on illegal immigration got turned all the way up. A lot of folks thought it was just about borders, but it hit the farms first. These farmers, a lot of them voted MAGA. They were counting on that cheap, steady labor to pick up. The plant process supposed to pick up, but now, workers, they gone. Fields are empty, crops are rotten, because ain't nobody showing up. Nobody want to go out there and do the work, and nobody want to go to jail. And guess what? Ain't nobody lining up at job fairs to replace them. Now you got all the farms closed and big ones downsizing, prices going up, and your grocery bill, oh, you feeling it. This is what happened when the politics become your pride instead of policy. They said bring back the jobs to the Americans, but nobody's told the farmers they were going to be left hanging. The truth is, no workers, no food, and without farms, there ain't no America.
If you are a believer, you're born again, you are called to be a watchman or watchwoman or watch person, doesn't matter. So that means you are someone who's to behold, to look up. You're called to be one who waits on the Lord.